Hi, and welcome back to Review Right, or if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Before we start going through this pencil, I'd like to give a big thanks to brorsen-metcalf. Sorry, I probably butchered that pronunciation. But again, thank you for suggesting this pencil for review, and if you have any suggestions on how to make this channel better, or for future mechanical pencil reviews, I'd love to hear them. Now onto the video. Today we're going to be opening and reviewing the Pentel P200, which is a classic in the mechanical pencil industry, and the most popular out of Pentel's Sharp lineup. These pencils come in all four of the most common lead sizes, but today I have the 0.5mm variation. If you're a bit confused by the marking on the side here of the pencil, sorry if it's a bit hard to see, and just try to bend the wood, or not the wood, the cardboard a bit. It says P205. But that's just to differentiate the lead size. So it'll be P20 and then the lead size, so P205 will be 0.5 and P203 will be 0.3. On the back here, we have a bit of the features that are promised. It says, cap conceals and protects latex-free eraser, refill with Z2-1N. So this just means it's refillable erasers. This is the most common out of Pentel's just refillable erasers, the Z2-1N. They're pretty cheap. More on that later. Superior construction, that's just hard plastic. Preloaded with Pentel Super. Okay, this is just common for any pencil. I don't know why they're making this a selling point that it's preloaded with lead. But there's a lead advancing mechanism in here and a longer tip design that you probably saw on the front. That makes it easier to use rulers and makes it easier to use templates. Number 2 lead, 0.5mm fine, we already said those things, and recyclable. If that's a selling point to you, that's that. As with most of these larger production size pencils, the packaging is a little bit more of a hassle to get through than those more exclusive to Japan, just because the production sizes are lower, but I decided to speed it up for you guys because of that. Now onto the video. Now that I've thoroughly destroyed the packaging, give me about a week to test this pencil out and I'll be right back.
1 week later.
Okay, after testing these pencils out, or just this one pencil because they're both the same, I have a few quick things to say before giving my review. First of all, this pencil offers a great value for money, especially considering the really reliable lead advancing mechanism, and to be honest, it's unsurprising to me that this is a classic. The 4mm tip design is a bit of a downfall for me, just because I like to hold the pencil a lot closer to the base, like this, but that just might be a me problem, and it might not affect you. But it is useful for things like rulers, though it would be an upgrade if the tip were retractable. Because that's a feature in other pencils. Finally, this pencil comes with my favorite replaceable eraser from Pentel, as well as a pretty large lead compartment. Let's open this up. As you can see, they didn't skimp. Sorry if it's kind of hard to see, it's all black. But they didn't skimp on any of it. They didn't put plastic around the edges. So that's really nice. I like a large lead compartment so I can work for a while. Really quickly before we go on to just the numerical reviews where I just give my ratings, I would like to say that this pencil is super durable and I don't have to worry about it breaking, and I don't have to put it in a safe place inside my backpack at all times. So that's just as from a student perspective. But without further ado, let's get on to the numbered reviews. As always, I'll be using 3 main criteria, which are comfort, usability, and value for money, which will show up as VFM in the corner. For comfort, this pencil has a ribbed plastic section here. Sorry, it's kind of hard to see. There's some glint, maybe you can see it. Which is obviously not optimal for long writing projects, but still gets a pass. This comfort is never mentioned. So let's put comfort here. And as you can see, it got a 6 out of 10. Next, we have usability, as I said before. This pencil really excels because it has a replaceable eraser right here. I don't think I've mentioned this movable clip. I've heard in other reviews that it's supposed to be movable, but it is nice to have just a little element of metal just to make the quality feel better. It is supposed to move up and down, I've heard from other reviews, just as I was researching this pencil, but it doesn't do that for me. It's not really a downfall for me as I'm not constantly trying to move it, because it's not really, I don't use the clip, to be honest. but I just heard that was supposed to happen, so I'll just add that for the review. Extended tip, lead compartment, and lead advancing mechanism. Those are all really good points for a usable pencil. I did decide to deduct 2 points as it didn't include any extras like the Big Velocity did for about half the price. This is the pencil, the Big Velocity. It included extra erasers, because you see these huge erasers, and lead. So that's just what I decided to do, and let me write it down. Sorry about my handwriting, I know it's not the best. Finally, for value for money, the Pentel P200 scores are pretty good. 8 out of 10 for its lead advancing mechanism, which I already mentioned. But you only find that in like really high value mechanical pencils that I've seen, like the Orange Nero. But besides that, it's pretty basic, and the only feature that stands out from like the bulk mechanical pencils you can buy at Walmart is, well, not the only, because it's the extended tip, this little part over here where you can open it to get the eraser and the lead, and it's a pretty big lead compartment. Obviously, the clip is pretty mainstream, but let me write that down. So obviously, I decided to give it an 8 out of 10, and out of like all of these, it got a 22 out of 30. That's pretty good. It's okay, I guess. Pretty good to okay range for this channel. It translates to a 7.3 out of 10 in the 10s rating scale. That's the most common, I think, but it's kind of, as I said, pretty high to normal. But I definitely recommend the Big Velocity instead if you're looking for a more comfortable pencil, as it's ergonomic and it does have a pretty big feature up here. If you want to see more on that pencil, I have a review. It's probably up there or up there. I don't know where it is, sorry. Or if you want this one, it's the Kurutoga. As you can see, it has a little cool mechanism here that turns the lead so it's always sharp. This one's a bit more expensive. This one is half the price of this one. Just wanted to point that out. If you like these, this is obviously like a really good classic. If you're into mechanical pencils like that, I definitely recommend it. As always, thank you for watching until the end, and make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I hope you have a spectacular day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!